Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Um, another day sa ating walking tour podcast. Charot! And our topic today is wala, kahit ano. Currently here sa Rojas Street. So, sarado na siya because it's already 1:42 a.m. Ayan. So, we'll start our walking tour in a few. Wait lang, sarado ko itong bag ko na. I hope the audio is working properly. Ayan. Ang maganda palang i-topic today kasi sa Twitter, sa TikTok, syempre naman, daming bayad dyan ni Romualdez at ni BBM. Hala! Actually, this platform mo, I really don't want this to be... I don't want politics to be involved. Kasi, gusto ko lang sana na purely promotion ng city. Kaso, ang daming nang-aapi sa pipisara namin. Taping nang-aapi sa bastay namin. So, might as well, kahit maliit pa lang yung channel ko, I'm going to use this to debunk fake news from the loyalist and the kakampink. And kahit bistak yung name ng channel ko, I'm going to use our universal language, which is Tagalog, but I am Bisaya and it's hard for me to speak Tagalog na sunod-sunod. That's the reason why I'm going to use Taglish na lang. So right now, if you can see, nasa Rojas ako. Wait lang, ayos pa siya. Nasa Rojas Street ako right now. If you can see, ang linis ng kanal namin. Ayan, oh. It's not perfect, but it's clean. Diba? So, ayun. Our topic. Let's talk about if Duterte are corrupt. Hypothetically. Charot, hypothetically. If they are really corrupt, and if it's really true that they are corrupt, then how they're able to lift Davao City up from the scratch, from the very rug. Like, wala pa itong mga ganito, city namin before. Wala mga building, and investors are afraid na magtayo ng business here because madaming mga terrorists. It's unsafe and they won't know if maglalast yung business nila if they're going to invest here. But when Digong came, nung pumunta na umupo na yung mga Duterte dito, nag-improve yung mga life namin. Kung alam nyo lang na sobrang reklamador ng mga Davaoenos. Because sinasabi nila that we are robot. We're just following orders. No. We are following ordinances in order for us to live in harmony. Diba? So kasi I have noticed sa other cities like I went to Cebu, I went to Quezon, I went to Manila City, I went to Makati, Pasig, Pasay, Mandaluyong. As simple as following jaywalking, di pa nga masunod nila. Paano na lang kayong yung other ordinances, di ba? Ay, there are trash, pero i-swift na yan mamayang 3 a.m. 3 a.m. pa lang guys, naglilinis na yung mga tao dito. So, ayan, di ba? So, if our leaders here in Davao are really corrupt, then how come sa Asia, we are the only city na merong 911 facilities. Our relief and response equipments, facilities are up to date. World-class siya, people, FYI. And we are the only city in the Philippines and in Asia that has 911, and it's for free, guys. And you sa America and sa Canada, may bayad yung magpapaservice ka ng 911 nila, but here in our city it's free, diba? How about the other cities here in the Philippines? Like cities claiming, kasi I've noticed there are many people or mga nagko-comment sa mga bashers ng city and bashers ng leaders namin, like mostly na-observe ko, ang dami nila there from Quezon City. I don't know what's with Quezon, bakit hate na hate niyo yung syudad namin? Are you insecure? Charot. I mean, nag-stay ako sa Quezon. Although, ganda yung city nyo. Highly urbanized. It's not perfect din. Like, diba, yung Quezon City nyo, mabunggo ka lang ng isang tao, you really need to check your bag quickly. Baka nilas-las na yung bag mo, just like what I experienced. And nakatulog lang ako sa bus kasi pagod na pagod sa work. Pagising ko, wala na yung wallet and cellphone ko. Diba? It's not happening here. Wala yan dito sa amin. I've never experienced for 30 years living here in our city. So, I don't know where you're coming from na you keep saying bad things about our city. People here are trying to survive and trying to live in harmony with others. We're just following our ordinances. And we respect others' privacy as well. Lalo na yung mga bawal ng budyoke pag 9 p.m. So, diba? If kayo, wala kayong respect sa neighbors nyo, sa'yo na yun. Kasi we want a peaceful, harmonious living. Yeah, can admit naman that this city is very slow pacing. Kasi, I've been to Cebu and grabe yung inggit ko. Kasi I felt like, bata pa kasi din ako noon, I felt like I belong in Cebu. Like, the gimmicks, the restaurants, you're almost open 24/7. Hindi boring ba? And here, grabe, sobrang boring dito, people. Tingnan nyo, tingnan nyo, wala lang tao. halos wala na tao here. And our gimikan here, we have liquor ban. 12 in the midnight. So, if nasa bar ka or karaoke, if inaabutan ka ng liquor ban, you need to abandon those alak kahit kaka-order mo pa lang. And, diba? Ayun. But, ang kapalit naman yan is peace. Walang masyadong gulo. Do you want to live sa magulong city? Like, paglabas mo, gaya ng ganitong oras, 1:53 a.m., you're always afraid that, you're always afraid na someone will stab you and get your money and your phone and your cellphone. Cellphone, yun na nga. Or your bag, or your kagamitan, like mga alahas. Diba? Or maybe, that's just the narrative of the, mga rebelde dyan. Ayun. So, ganito na siya kasi close na yung Ross Night Market. I'm also hungry, so we are going to look for a place where we can eat. And I have my Jisoo life. Promotion, baka naman. So let's just observe, no? It's already 2 a.m. I'm gonna pause for a while and I'll be back in a few minutes. Ayan, we are recording and it's already 11 minutes pala akong naglalakad. 1:54 in the morning. It's already 1:55 in the morning. We're actually going to somewhere in Bahada. This street, I think it's part of Claveria. CM Recto ba? CM Recto Street. As I mentioned to my other videos, the economic kasi ng Davao, that's the reason why we are being bashed that we are still a bukid or a province because konti lang yung mga buildings na mga high-rise building baga. The reason for that, as we all know, the Lindolan Davao and our LGU and the Dutertes are avoiding accidents. Diba? So prevention is better than experiencing a horrible accidents. And economically distributed yung mga businesses here. So right now nasa center ako ng city, so there are also businesses or there are also jobs available to the north part and the south part of our city. So ayan. And it's already 1:56. People are still waiting for a jeepney. So ayan. Of course, soon it will introduce the bus system. Although di na siya pinondohan, but still, we are preparing for it kasi I think that's one of the solution to resolve the issue here. Offer transportation problems plus yan na nga yung lack of transportation. Kasing idol yung si BBM nag-hold ng grudge sa leaders namin. That's the reason why pumirma na ng kontrata pero hindi pinondohan yung promise na bus system. So ayun, kaya sabihin nyo naman if you have problems with Duterte, sa kanila lang yun, huwag nyo na idama yung mga tao. Grabe yung pagdanakaw nila. They want to get everything, no? So if you're from Mindanao, I hope you get the sentiment. The reason why you need to call out your leaders, your mayors, your congressman aligned with BBM administration and praising Tambalos laws. Why? Dinefund yung mga projects here in Mindanao that's going to solve our problem. Diba? So, Luzon pa din. If your leaders keep on praising, pasip-sip sa BBM administration, meaning to say they are not for the people, they are for the money and their political gain. So, if I were you, if you know that your leader, mayor, congressman, barangay captain, if you're living in Mindanao, do not vote for leaders aligned to this administration. Kasi it's not the Luzon who will suffer. Tayo, Mindanaon. If you don't understand it, take a look sa city nyo. Kung ano yung mga projects nandoon. Take a look sa mga roads nyo. And compare it here. Alam nyo na, there are investors checking out, like Amazon. Last year they are checking out Davao City. They are going to invest here. Of course, we hope na other cities will also rise, not just the Davao City. And we Mindanaon, that's what we want. For us to become Metro Davao or Metro Mindanao, or ano bang gusto nyo itawag dyan? Kasi all those opportunity naman napupunta doon sa sa Luzon, and we are left behind, diba? And it's very chaotic na tumira sa Luzon. Guys, I tell you, nakakapagod tumira sa Manila. Patingin nyo, it's, diba? They are following traffic rules. Ganyan dapat, kahit walang CTPMO, kahit walang nagbabantay. Kasi sa Cebu my God. A great example is sa Cebu. Noong pumunta ako sa Cebu, my God, kahit may pedestrian na sa Cebu, grabe pa din yung tao, ay yung sasakyan magpaandar, halos akala nila walang tatawid. That's the reason why, although ang ganda nga ng Cebu, but Ang dami ng bastos. You can't even follow as simple as traffic rules, and pinagmamalaki nyo pa that you are smarter than us. Diba? Even in Manila, you cannot even follow the bus carousel, and you're pinagmamalaki nyo pa. Yung tawag nyo sa amin, bay na bay. It's not even an insult for us. Bay na bay is like tropa na tropa. Humingi naman kayo ng hurtful words that can insult Bisaya. Yung obvious na obvious. Tapos akala nyong insulting. Ay nako. I'm so sorry if you got offended sa but I believe na if na-offend ka sa sinabi ko, you are one of them. Do not be racist. Ayun. Then here, when you come here, decide to live here, just need to follow some ordinances naman. Do not be bastos. Ayun. Anyways, I posted my TikTok sa sa FB page ko. However, dumami nga yung followers ko. This page kasi, I really don't want na maging about politics. My platform is very clear, just a walking tour. However, diba, with all those things that are going on right now, we cannot really help but to comment on something. It's really hard. I actually have another YT channel for politics. However, yun na nga, tinatamad ako mag-upload doon ng videos. Madami pa namang followers yun. But right now, I'm really establishing this YT channel to be a series of podcast plus a walk tour. But I don't think na mapanagutan ko. Yun na, kiber na nga. If this channel will be politics, so be it na lang. Ayan. Ayan yung mga matitigas ang ulo. Baka hindi yan from here. Gutom na ko. So, ayan. We are here sa JP Laurel. That's Lisana Mall of Davao. So, if you will check my other videos, napadaan na din tayo here. Daytime. But right now, it's nighttime. We're also checking if, legit ba yung sinasabi nila that we are no longer safe or we've never been safe. It's just a propaganda daw. Hi! Oh my God. They are very insecure. How our city transformed from a bloodshed city to a very peaceful city right now. They are so insecure that the only way for them na ma-reach is to start with paninira. But no, it's not It's not gonna work. Took them decades here to clear bad people such as insurgency. Ayun. Plus, if your leader is like Juan Garcia, di ba, na utak munggo, manggagamit din. I mean, ayaw mag-design kayo man taga Cebu. Kasi ako, I'm from Davao and I'm just here doing my walk tour, doing some podcasts. Sana makapulot ako ng pera. Charot! Plus, gutom na. Ayan. Nashock yung mga tao sa TikTok. Wala ako. By the way, I'm always online sa TikTok kasi. Dyan kasi ako actually started sa Meta. However, those insecure na loyalist, kahit konti pala yung follower ko, and hurt siguro sila sa post ko kay Martin Romualdez, na-take down yung Meta ko. So, nag-transfer ako sa TikTok and I met people, you know, who has the same principle and pinaglalaban. And I was surprised they're not even from Davao City. Well, may Davao din, pero konti lang. So, ayan. Nawala na tayo sa topic. So, again, no, if the Dutertes or our leaders here are corrupt, then di sana namin ma-achieve yung second cleanest, di ba, in Southeast Asia, second and safest city in Southeast Asia, di ba? Kasi it will take good governance for a city to reach that level eh. That's what I believe. Diba? O tingnan nga ang yaman-yaman ng Manila City, ang yaman-yaman ng Quezon, ng Makati. Ang yaman din ng mga leaders nyo. Like Binay. O, na-reach siya ba? O sige, na-reach nyo nga. Riskiest city, Manila. Diba? Kasi walang disiplina yung mga tao eh. As simple as following traffic rules, hindi nyo pa magawa. And yet, you really have the audacity to call us out? Diba? You really have that audacity to call us out? Oh my gosh! Ang hypocrite lang, be. I mean, it's hypocrisy very finest. So, ayun. Plus, okay, I get it that you don't like Sara Duterte, but you are using her, you're insulting her sa mga shows nyo to gain money out of it. Can't you showcase your talent? Kasi drag shows, hindi ganyan sa amin. But sa inyo, to feed the ego of your followers and your audience who hate the Dutertes, in order for you to gain money, you need to insult them. Kahit shows are meant to be entertaining. 'Di ba? Ang hypocrite lang talaga. And kayo, pag na-hurt kayo, nagpapabiktim pa naman kayo. You don't like us because direct kayo magsalita. Ayaw kasi naman ng plastikan. As in, I mean, there are siguro few of Bisaya people na nanggagaslight din or nag-sugarcoat din. But, you know, most of us here, we hate plastic people. We are very frank and straightforward people because ayaw namin ng bullshit, babe. Maybe that's also the reason why my TikTok got suspended. Like 5 times na. And right now, I learned a tactic para hindi ma-suspend yung account. But, grabe, nakakaloka lang kasi 5 times nang na-suspend yung TikTok ko. 5 times na-suspend. Ganyan kapikon yung mga BBM loyalist sa content ko. Diba? It's so pathetic. Why can't you answer it? Make a content. Answer the narrative that I'm posing. Why you have to report my account? Kasi walang laman ng utak nyo and all you can think of is to report me. Halos nasa McDo na ako, and it's 2:14. I don't know if I'm still recording. Let me pause really quick. Yan, I'm still recording pa. I have like 48 gigabyte of storage. Dili lang ya. Dili, nag-vlog ko ya. Yan. So, ayun. I'm just gonna delete it. So, ayan na nga. We'll need to stop by sa McDo because I need to eat. I am so starving. Wala akong kain since kanina. Plus, I'm gonna have to clear out some spaces because I want na umabot doon sa SPMC. Yeah, SPMC. So, ayun. So, I will be gone for a while. Try to edit. And I'll be back. Okay. Bye-bye. Hello, I'm back. So, I'm here sa Victoria Plaza, the oldest mall ng Davao City. And now, binili na siya ng NCCC. I think this is up to renovation in the future. So, ayun. So, ayan. I hope the audio is good. This is, JP Laurel Street. Yan. So here we are testing if are we still safe. Ganun. Sila ko lang. This is police station. Ay, bago to. I think may video ako nito dito na morning. So, here in Davao, ito yung place na, one of the place na may extensive growth, I swear. Dito nagsulputan yung mga buildings, mga condos, at mga jobs. Ay. So yan, example, yung Ivory Residence. Bago yan na condo eh. Yan. Bago na condo dito. So ano yan? Sakat ang likod ko eh. So diba? Before, itong Victoria lang mall. Ngayon, 4 na yung mall sa sa street na to. Yung Gisano Mall. We have Victoria. We also have Avisa. And ang pinakadulo ay SM Lanang Premier. So ayun. Ivory Residence. Ganda. Sana all. Wait lang ha. Akit rin ako sa live nila. Nagkakaaway-away sila ngayon dito sa live, oh. Ito yung... Compound. Guys, naubusan ako ng words kasi busog na ako. But I still want to walk. Diba? New building. So Davao is rising. To Seda. This is Abriza Mall. Abriza Robinson Mall. Hihingal na ako guys kasi naman ako sa ibang live. Pichay. May BPO din kasi dito guys. So, alam. So far, wala pa naman nangyari sa akin people. I'm still buo. Dito pa naman yung cellphone ko. And it's already 3:45 a.m. flood-prone area. Some all Christmas party. Ayan, towers. Pa-join. Ayan, towers. Ito yung Davao Light, but not the main. Pagod na ako, guys. Diba? It's still for expansion. Wow. And this is still part of the Aeon Tower and or Abriza. It's being built. Bang galing. Davao is Rising. Rice Restaurant Project. Davao ba ito? Charis. Guys, ano to? Bahay-bahay to dati. Guys, sasakay na ako ha. May something din dito. Guys, this is the end. Sasakay na ako ng jeep. Thank you so much po.